Sham says Kawhi Leonard is out indefinitely to start the season, no timetable to return. Shocker! In year one of the Clippers' new arena, with no draft pick. Cooper Flag to OKC confirmed. Okay, it can't be that bad. They still have Paul George and James Harden. Oh, wait. They let PG go for nothing, knowing full well Kawhi is Mr. Injury Prone. What are they doing? But this mess isn't even why the Clippers are the most screwed team in the NBA. It's bigger than that. So Kawhi played 68 games last season, his most in 8 years. But on March 31st, 8 games before the playoffs, his right knee flared up, so he sat out, gave it a go for 2 postseason games before losing in the first round to Dallas. Then this offseason, Paul George demanded a 4-year max deal. Clippers were so afraid of the second apron, new rules make it impossible to build the team. Scary second apron, so they told PG no. But then the Warriors swooped in with trades. They offered a combination of Chris Paul, Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, future first round pick. But Clips said no again. So before you feel bad for the Clippers, they did this to themselves. They signed Kawhi for 3 more years knowing he's a mess. Turned down a Warriors trade for Paul George. But the worst part is James Harden. But NBA season means it's about to get cold. And one thing I hate about when the weather changes is getting wet in my normal sneakers. So I got the Vessi Stormburst high tops. Why high tops? Because they look awesome, obviously. And they're unexpectedly waterproof. Like with these, I could trudge down some slushy sidewalk or climb a snowy mountain or something awesomely manly like that. But unfortunately for me, the most adventurous usually that I get is chasing my son in the front yard on his new kid car thingy that I got him. But hey, let me tell you, when the weather changes, there is dew on that grass, okay? It's not easy. But with my Stormburst high tops, when I came inside, my socks were just as dry as when I went outside. So if you're embracing the winter like me, which is not that adventurous, or you've got serious weather to deal with, you have got to try the Stormburst shoes by Vessi because they are that versatile. Discover Stormburst and other cold weather styles at vessi.com/amhoops and enjoy 15% off your first purchase automatically at checkout. We all knew about Kawhi's knee, and so did the beard. So when he was asked at media day, dude said, "No problem, I'm Luka."
I'm telling you one thing, it's definitely gonna involve a lot of me. There's always gonna be talk, you know what I mean? Like there was talk when I was in Houston and I was doing what I was doing, and you can't win like that, where you just seen a guy last season who made it to the finals playing the same exact way that I played.
Oh, interesting. Except Luka didn't even win. Yes, he got to the finals and lost in 5 games, and he had amazing role players, including Kyrie Irving. Harden is 35 years old and gets worse in the postseason, not better. Just last year, before the All-Star break, 18 points a night, 45% from the field, 42% from 3, awesome. But after All-Star, 14 points, 38% from the field, 30% from 3. He ran out of gas, and now the entire show is on him from day 1. I think Harden will probably be good to start, but it won't last long. Then that draft pick. And people talk like, oh, LA was already screwed on this, but that's not the truth. OKC actually has the right to swap their pick with the Clippers or the Houston Rockets. There's a chance Houston has a worse record than the Clips. They get a higher draft pick, so the Thunder said, oh, no, we want the Rockets pick. Clippers, you can have yours. For example, the draft simulator Tankathon predicts the draft lottery. And in this mock draft, the Rockets give OKC the 11th pick. The Clippers remains untouched because they had a better record. But now with Kawhi out, they can kiss that pick goodbye. Rockets fans should be celebrating this Kawhi news, which is sad but true. Because until now, it was not a guarantee that OKC would take LA's pick, but now it is pretty much locked in. So to recap, the Clippers traded for Paul George in 2019, which also landed them Kawhi Leonard. They sent out Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who was just second in MVP voting, Danilo Gallinari, a pick that became Trey Mann, another pick that became Jalen Williams, now their second best player, and they still have a lottery protected first from Miami left from the trade, 2025 swap we just talked about, and the 2026 unprotected Clippers first. The result for LA? Blowing a 3-1 lead in the second round, a Western Conference Finals without Kawhi, missed the playoffs, then 2 first-round exits. The worst trade in NBA history? Well, it's only rivaled by the stupid Brooklyn Nets deal in 2013. They traded for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett at 36 and 37 years old. Never got past the second round, but the Celtics got picks back. That became Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. OKC, SGA, and J-Dub, their best and second best players. Seeing a similarity? OKC could create a potential dynasty because of one stupid trade by a team trying to take a shortcut. And I mean, I guess it made sense at the time. With one trade, you get 2 superstars on the same day. But what the Clippers did next is even worse than what the Nets did. Inexcusable. LA went all in again, sending role players in control of 3 more first-round picks for James Harden. Then they paid Kawhi for 3 more years, and months later let Paul George go. Why would you go all in, sending the rest of your picks out for Harden, if there was even a chance that PG could walk? Now they are officially screwed. The most screwed team in the NBA. How long can they keep this charade going? I mean, even assistant coach Brian Shaw seems fed up. He just told the media, I know the company line is that we're gonna be patient with Kawhi, so he's doing everything he can to rehab, and we're just dealing with the guys that we have here available. Dude, can you imagine how frustrating it would be to have Kawhi Leonard as your franchise player? I mean, when he's good, he's the best. Like literally #1 player in the NBA. And I know that's controversial to say, but he almost single-handedly drugged the Raptors through that 2019 playoff run to a title. Last year, when he was locked in, from late November to early February, Kawhi dropped 26 points per game, 8 boards, 4 assists, shot 57% from the field, 51% from 3. With great defense, he can do it all, but he just can't stay on the court. He's like a beautiful sports car with a messed up engine, like turns heads everywhere you go, but you can't even drive it, so what's the point? But if it wasn't all that stuff, why are the Clippers the most screwed franchise? Well, we have seen teams trade all their draft picks to go all in before, like the Nets when they cashed in for James Harden to pair him with KD and Kyrie, which failed miserably. We've also seen the Suns recently go all in to pair Devin Booker with Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. But in both cases, those teams have a way out. Like the Nets, everything went wrong, but they eventually traded KD for a ton of picks and Mikal Bridges. If Phoenix implodes, they can always trade Devin Booker. LA has no one. You can't trade Kawhi Leonard for anything. No one's gonna take James Harden, and they don't even have young players to deal. We're looking at 10 years of basketball hell in a new arena for the Clippers. What are they gonna do now? Trade the coach? Actually, that's a good idea. In 2013, the Clippers thought they were a coach away from the championship with Chris Paul, Blake Griffin. So they called up the Celtics to hire Doc Rivers, but Boston said, we have to do a trade. So the Clips wanted it to be for a lottery-protected first-round pick, but eventually they caved, sending an unprotected 2015 first for Doc and paid his salary. It's actually happened 5 times in NBA history. Ty Lue could do it again. But Kawhi being out confirms what we already knew. The Clippers are screwed, and it's just the beginning of a long NBA nightmare. Hey, at least the Lakers have 2 healthy stars. But what about Bronny James? I mean, dude does not look great in the preseason, which is expected, but I cannot believe the lies that are being told, both in LA and from the NBA media about Bronny James.